Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Knife Delights. Welcome to another Saturday chat. I have a gentleman on the phone here that I've just been dying to interview and to get to know better. I just want to say right now, you won't be able to see his picture because unfortunately we had some technical difficulties, but I've got him on the phone, and it is none other than Terry from Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. Terry, welcome to Saturday chat.
Hey Tom, I really, really appreciate you having me on. It means a lot to me. I look up to a lot of you guys, and I just appreciate it. I appreciate this community. Uh, I've messed around with pocket knives and stuff my whole life, and I just really got into this YouTube and video type thing, and it has turned in to be a blast. I'm really enjoying it.
Well, Terry, this is your channel, and this is kind of what I had intended to do with Saturday chats was, talk to new channels as they're starting out, maybe give them some help and some tips and advice, and to let my viewers know that hey, there's another new channel out there. And so I'm very happy to be able to talk with you here this morning. It's great. It's a great community. And Terry, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. There's so many new channels out there, and it is very exciting because none of us can own all the knives. Not all of us are expert knife sharpeners. Not all of us can do great leather work. So, with each new channel, it brings a whole new perspective. It brings some different knives that maybe others haven't seen, or some new skill that's knife related. And so every channel that's added is just helps the knife community grow.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. One person doesn't make a family or a community. It takes, more than one to call it a family or call it a community. And you're exactly right. It is a family slash community. Since I started this, there's been several other old boys that's come on that's been watching my channel, and I'm watching theirs, and and I look at them, and they're young channels too, uh, less than 50 subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
and I just enjoy them, and uh, every chance I get, I like to thank them and shout them out, and you and several other little boys has shouted me out and uh, sent me gifts, and it's uh, it's just been tremendous.
It's amazing. In the last, well, I'm going to say expanded out here, but the last 6 or 8 months, that to me, there's been an explosion of knife channels. There's been an explosion of channel cooperation. I've not seen any sour grapes by one channel or another. It just seems like, everyone gets along well and everybody supports one another. And that's what's so terrific about this community. And I have to say, I think the knife community here on YouTube has got to be one of the best communities on YouTube. What do you think?
Well, I agree with that wholeheartedly, Tom. You know, most of us that are knife collectors probably don't have an immediate next door neighbor or immediate buddy that does the same hobby. Yes, some of us do, some of us don't. But what I'm saying is uh, what I feel like is like where I'm at. I don't have anybody just close by that is really as deep into it as I am. So the YouTube knife community fills that gap, and I just enjoy it. And I think that that is what is happening with so many newer channels coming on, that's exactly what happened to me. Is I discovered YouTube, and then I discovered the knife community, which is awesome is just not a good word. It's awesome is not a good enough definition, but there it is. Like I said, it gives you a chance to interact with other people, like-minded people,
Right.
So that you're able to, my bulk of my collection is traditional.
Right. Right.
And a small part of my collection is modern folders and fixed blades. But there's a place for all of them. And look, you got these channels out there that do nothing but modern folders. I watch those channels too. Love them. You learn from them.
Right.
You got other channels that do bushcrafting and fixed blades, and I love those as well because I'm a camper. Me and my wife, we go camping, and in the fall and winter when it's cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Down here in South Georgia, in cotton country, it gets mighty hot.
It sure does.
Yep. So I really enjoy the outdoors at that time of the year, and fixed blades and such as that. But yeah, the collecting side of my hobby is just fine.
Right.
And if people will understand that you can go to Amazon, and for a few dollars you can get a diamond stone, like a 400 grit diamond stone is about where you need to be. Get you a honing stone, a honing stick, or something like that, and get you a strop. And I don't care how expensive or how cheap your knife is. You can take the Big J was. We were talking on a video the other day about I had bought an Ozark the other day, a fixed blade, and I brought it home and I done that. I hit it on the diamond stone, honed it, stropped it. The video shows I was whittling some wood and then cutting paper, and that knife is now. I had an older old timer, USA old timer that I've had for 30 years. It was my pickup truck knife. So I pulled it out, and now the Ozark knife is in there as my pickup truck knife.
Sure.
And all you do is, if you use it when you come home that evening, just put it in your pocket. When you're watching TV, hone it, strop it, put it back, and it'll last you a long time.
Yep. Hey, Terry, I got to point out something to my viewers. I was having some background noise, and I had muted my mic for the recording. So you and I were talking, and you and I could hear each other, but it didn't get recorded. So the viewers aren't going to hear the audio. So I'm going to have to edit. So as for the viewers out there, if there's a couple chunks missing, that's why. I can't believe I did that. I was talking, and Terry and I were carrying on, but it didn't get recorded. So my picture was there, but there wouldn't be any sound. So that's just a little explanation. So, this technology is wonderful, but it can play havoc sometimes too. So I apologize there, Terry.
No problem.
So we were kind of talking about budget knives, and I was talking about going to Menards and using some of their Guidesman is the brand name, their house brand, and how you can get them sometimes on sale for $6. Not only are they very affordable for those that can't, afford a $75 or $100 knife, but they're also great. I call them throwaway, disposable knives. If you've got a chore or a task you need to do, and it's going to ruin your knife or really damage your good knife blade, use one of these budget knives and use it and let it chew that blade up, not your good knife, if that makes sense.
That makes perfectly good sense. Tom, I was a boy in the early to mid 70s, and I was 10 years old in 1974. And growing up, my daddy sort of treated us boys, there was three of us, he sort of treated us as, I don't know why, he just picked the age of 10 as being kind of the rite of passage.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were 10 years old, we got our first rabbit gun and our first pocket knife.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we were on our own. He gave us our first one, but after that, we were on our own.
Mm-hmm.
And Daddy always toted Old Timers and Uncle Henry's. And my first knife was a Frontier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love Frontier knives.
And
I've just kind of discovered the Frontier line, and I love it. But go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
They're really, they are. They're good. They were good then. They're good now.
Yep.
Daddy taught me how to sharpen, and I think some of that has become a lost art. I do not own a commercial sharpener, nor do I intend on it. There's just something therapeutic and satisfying to me to hand sharpen a knife,
mm-hmm.
and then to be able to pop the hair off your arm, or whittle, or cut paper with. It's just, to me, it's just satisfying. That it's, I don't care. It's an art, really.
It is, and that's all I really use is a stone. I'm not good, super good at it. I'm adequate. I mean, I can touch up my blades enough. I don't use most of my blades for any heavy kind of cutting anyway. So really, I just need to touch them up, and I can keep them sharp enough that they're usable. But you're right. It's a skill. It's something that you need to practice. And I keep saying to myself, Tom, you need to work on your honing skills here, and time just always slips away from me. It seems like, but yeah, that's something. And I guess for a beginning knife collector or someone that's just now realizing what a useful tool knives are, and you haven't had a lot of experience with them, I would say start out with a sharpening stone and learn how to do that, because if you want to then step up and go to one of the commercial grade ones, you've got the basics down. Now you know what you're doing. You know not what to do or what not to do as you're sharpening with those commercials. So the other thing is, when you're hand sharpening with just a stone, you're not removing too much metal at one time. So if you make a mistake, you can go back and correct it. Where with some of the, the commercial ones, yes, you can sharpen them faster, but if you screw up, you can remove too much metal, and it's harder to go back and correct it.
Yes, sir.
That's exactly my opinion, anyway.
Yes, sir. No, you're correct. You're correct.
So, I've told this story before. When I was growing up, had an old man, and when you're 8, 9, 10 years old, anyone over 30 is an old man, right? So, but anyway, the old man that was probably in his 50s or 60s, he and his partner ran a trap line during the wintertime. So I got to go out and run trap lines with him, and then come back to his little shed as he was skinning the muskrat and the mink and the fox and everything. And he just pounded into my head about, keeping your knife sharp. When he'd get done skinning, he just had a simple stone, and he skinned everything with a pocket knife. And for the life of me, I can't remember what model of knife, whether it was a trapper or a stockman. I don't know what pattern he was using, but I just always remember when he was done skinning, he took the time to just run that blade back and forth across that stone a few times. And that's all he needed to do to keep it sharp.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. I was telling you that my daddy always, he carried a Old Timer and a Uncle Henry as a pocket knife. And all I ever remember him having for a hunting knife and skinning knife is he had a buck. I think it was a 119.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept it under the seat of his truck. And if he ever needed to use it, if we were hunting, we done a lot of rabbit hunting in my time, and if we were ever hunting or whatever, and we bagged some game, the first thing he would do was he would undo his belt and pull his belt halfway out and strop it on his belt, on the inside of his belt.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, we would clean our game or whatever. But you know, he never had, and of course back then, you know, that wasn't an expensive knife at all.
Right, right. Terry, I'm going to take just a moment here, and I'm going to do a shameless plug. Sorry you can't see it here, but
that's okay.
I reached out to the Sarge Knives, and they sent me a couple knives, and I've done a couple review on the Sarge knives, and they are modern folders. And this one's here in the blue, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous knife. It's a button lock. It has great action to it. Just very great action to it. And I can't remember exactly what the list price is at Sarge Knives, but I do have a promo code. If you type in Knife Delights, when you order your knife from Sarge Knives, they'll give you a 15% discount. And now I'm showing this one here, this red one here. I think it's the Jet model. And if I remember right, the list price on the website is around $30, $29 or $30. So take 15% off. These are great knives. These are great, easy on the wallet kind of knives. I will point out too, I'm not getting any compensation from Sarge Knives at all. I reached out to them because I was interested in what they were doing. And just real quick, Sarge Knives, they named it Sarge Knives after their grandfather, who was in the Army during World War II. So it's in their grandfather's name.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a family-owned business. Now, the knives are manufactured overseas. That is not uncommon. However, Sarge Knives is based here stateside, and they employ lots of people. So, yeah, although, they're manufactured overseas, you're still, giving some good support to an American-based company. So check out Sarge Knives. I'll leave a link in the description below. And remember to use Knife Delights to receive a 15% discount. Thanks, Terry. Sorry, I got to do a shameless plug every now and then, but
I understand.
Sarge Knives was very nice of me, nice of them to send me these two knives. They didn't know me from Adam, and I just sent them an email, and they said, "Well, we'll think about it." And next thing you know, hey, we're sending you two knives. And so I think when they get a new model out, they're going to probably send me one to review and to let everybody know about. So.
Well, that's great, and I've watched your videos on them and commented, and I'm going to try to get one picked up. I don't know how much more I'll spend on knives the rest of the year.
Right, right.
Unless it's a show enough deal, but I'll pick back up buying pretty hard. I'm supposed to have just a hint. I'm supposed to have a package coming today from SMKW. So if it shows up today, I'll do them. I'll show them off. I'm a SMKW nut. I went to SMKW for the first time back in 2010. Sweet Pea and me, that's my wife. We jumped in the truck one morning about 4:00 and went up there and to see that place. I had ordered knives from them, back in the early '90s, and I got the opportunity to go. So we went up there, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you ain't never been there, videos and stuff just don't give it justice.
That's on my list to go see. I've always wanted to go there, and of course I live quite a ways away. I'm in the Midwest here, but it's one of those, one of these days I am going to make it there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, even from my house to there, time you take a couple of bathroom breaks and a lunch break, it takes about 7.5 hours to get there.
Yeah, so it'd be about a 16-hour drive for me.
Lord have mercy.
So,
but I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you, if you never put it, if you never put it on your bucket list, it is a blast to go. It's just amazing. And then I was able to go back this past May on our anniversary weekend. We went up, and I got to go back. So
Wow.
it's an amazing place to go.
Yep, I know about it. I have some family that live down in the area, and they went to SMKW, and yeah, it was great. It was great. So
Yeah,
what
it is.
what Terry, I think I'm going to cut this a little shorter than what I normally do because I want to be able to work out some technical difficulties and have you back on again when so that people can actually see you and meet you, and you have a chance to show some knives. And I apologize to everyone, but these things happen every now and then. You get these technical things going on, and myself, I'm not a troubleshooter. It's all for me to be able to get this stuff to work and get onto it without trying to figure out what all the problems are. So, but
I know exactly what you mean, Tom. My first shot at trying to do these videos was at best a fail, and I still hadn't got it down. I done about 100 of them, including shorts and little short videos and such as that. And I know it's about a pitiful sight to watch my videos and to listen to me. But
hey, you learn by doing. You learn by doing, Terry.
Yeah, exactly. And what I want to tell y'all is, if you've ever thought about doing this, just jump in there.
Just do it. That's right. Be
Just
yourself.
jump in there.
You know, don't worry about, you worry about lighting, you worry about your sound and your recording quality and this and that, and what am I going to say? And I'm terrible for stumbling over my words, and that used to make me so mad that I call it peanut butter mouth. I get to mumbling and I stumble over. I leave that stuff in there anymore and just poke fun at myself. I am who like Popeye. I am what I am. I'm not.
That's exactly right, Tom. Because I do this on my phone. I don't try to edit. I don't try to. It is what it is.
Yep.
And like I said, I'm just enjoying it. And I go back and I look at some of them and I laugh at myself and I think, Lord, how much blessed you ain't right.
But that's all right. That's how you learn. So,
yes, sir.
Well, Terry, you've been a very fine guest, and I want to get to know you and your channel a little better. Folks, if you haven't already done so, if you don't know about Terry's channel, again, it's Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. He's at 65 subscribers, and I know he's only had his channel up for maybe a little over a month or two, so he's booking right along to have 65 subs already. But hey, go over, check out his channel, hit that subscribe button. Watch some of his videos, leave a comment. Let's encourage him. This is one more channel for the knife community to enjoy. And Terry, we will try to work out the kinks and maybe have you on a show later, because the viewers deserve to be able to see your face and see you talk and show some of your knives.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Y'all just come on by and see me on my videos. I appreciate it.
Okay. So with that, we're going to wrap this up, and I just want to let everyone, or tell everybody, please go out and have a very delightful day. Take care, everyone.